it's Jenny with Jenny's Wreath Boutique, and today I'm going to teach you how to make an adorable burlap patriotic wreath for summer. This is so great for Memorial Day, 4th of July, and all through summer, and it's really cute. I'm so excited to show you. I figured it was time, since I've started to get some 4th of July orders in, I would show you one. The patriotic wreath that I'm going to make today is one I have an order for, so I thought how perfect I could make it and show you how to make it as I do it. Two birds, right? Alright, let's get started. The materials you're going to need for this wreath are a wire wreath frame. This is a 12-inch, and it's going to make a small 15-inch size wreath. You can use whatever size you want. If you're going to make it for your front door, I would recommend probably a 16 or 18-inch size wreath frame to start. You're also going to need one roll of burlap for this size wreath. You'll need more burlap if you're making a larger wreath, of course. This is this brand, and it's 30 feet. Loose weave, and it's 4.5 inches, I believe. You will also need some stripy ribbon, some star ribbon, scissors, wire cutters, floral wire, and a pipe cleaner, stapler. This is for our bow later. Also for the bow at the end, hot glue and hot glue gun. So first we're going to get into our burlap. So I'm going to unwind it a little bit, get my wire. Weave the wire through one end of the burlap, just like this. I'm kind of embarrassed of my hands because I've been in the garden so much, so just ignore that. So you scrunch it together, make like a U like this, and then go up and under, and just make sure the wire is on each side of this, and then we're going to secure the burlap to the wire frame. Then we just loop the burlap through like this in one loop in each section, and then we will do that 3 times. And then I'm twisting as I go. You don't have to twist, but it's something I like to do, especially when you go back to the beginning. So it's like this. I twist it halfway, push it up. And I like these loops to be about the same size, so it looks nice and even. So I push it in, and then I adjust as I need to. After I have 2 sections, I like to tie it off just to keep the burlap more secure. Just cut a piece off and put one end up here, up through the burlap, and then one on the other side of this middle divider line. And I just twist it to secure the burlap to the wire frame. And then I just tuck it underneath the outer wire and wrap it around so the wire doesn't stick out. And then I keep going on this process until I'm all the way done with the wreath. This is a more comfortable position for me to make this in. I just wanted you guys to see more of the details when I first started, but this is so much easier. A lot of times I make this wreath while I'm cross-legged on the floor watching a show. Barely had enough. Look at how much I have left. That. So I'm going to tie this 1 roll is the perfect size for this size wreath. Let's check it out, make sure it's nice and even. Nice cute fluffy circle. Now we're going to take our stripe wire, and this is wired edge ribbon, but this part is not important if it's wired edge or not. What we're going to do is we're going to find where we started. Where did I start? Or just any section that is an edge piece, or not an edge piece, any section that has a divider right there. And then we're going to fold our wire and our ribbon in half and just poke it through where we can find a spot. I just moved the burlap aside and stuck it under. And we're going to be making like a bunting kind of thing. So we're going to also need our wire. And for every section, there's 6 sections. So for every section, we're going to wire this down to it so it makes little bubbles around the wreath. So you find out where the next section is. It's right there. You put this around that. Put the wire around the ribbon. And then, I don't know if you can see this, but we're putting the wire on each side of the middle wire that goes up and down. And then I'm just tying it to the back. I'll show you this one time. See, this goes down the middle, and so we have the wire on each side, and we just twist it nice and tight right there. And then we're just going to wrap it around the outer part so it doesn't stick out. And then we're going to continue that until we are all done with the wreath. Now before we get the last part in, I'm going to cut the wired ribbon, and we are done with that. And I'm going to stick this in on the other side, because we put this side in on one side of the wire frame here, and then we're putting this on the other side. And then we are going to glue these pieces together. And cut off some extra pieces. Okay, so now we have that part of our wreath, and next we are going to make a bow, and the bow is going to use this blue stars ribbon. So this represents the stripes, of course, and this represents the stars of our flag. So I have 2 different bow styles I like to make. If you want to learn how to make my beautiful classic bow, I will link in the description to it. It's a free tutorial I have, and I think you'll like it. It makes a really nice classic bow. And the bow I'm going to show you today is a very simple bow. It just has the 2 loops. And first, what you do is you take move that away. Take one piece, figure out how big you want your bow to be. We're going to fold the flaps in like this, and it's probably a good size. So I'm going to cut it here. This is not even. Okay, so pretty side, plain side. We're going to fold it in half so we know where the middle is. You could measure it, but this is faster and easier. And then you take one side, put it just past the middle. The other side, put it just past the middle. So it looks like this. And then we're going to staple it right in the middle. That's our first part. Next, take a, I don't know, about 6 inches, more or less. It doesn't have to be perfect. Little piece of ribbon, we're going to fold like this. Just fold in half, so kind of like in thirds, like you're folding a brochure. So we have that, and then staple. The last portion is going to be our bow tails. So however long you want that to be. This is a smaller wreath, so I don't need it to be too long. Alright, so this is going to be the tails of the wreath. So what you do is you find out the middle by folding it in half. This is wired ribbon, by the way. This is 2.5 inch wired ribbon. And so this is the middle. So you put your thumb down in the middle and push the sides in, so you scrunch it like that. You kind of just pinch it together. And now we're going to assemble our bow. You're going to do the same thing here, just pinch it together. So it looks like that. And then this part down here. And then this goes right over the middle. Like that. Isn't that adorable? And then just staple it. And I also glue it. And another thing I do, oh, that's so pretty, is you could use wire if you like, but I like to use a pipe cleaner just because it goes through this wreath a lot easier. And I just, before I glue this, I'm gonna stick it. Okay, there you go. Here is our beautiful bow, so cute. Now I'm going to glue it a little bit so it doesn't undo or whatever. Just stick, ouch! Don't burn yourself. Just put a little glue in there. And then when that is dry, you can cut off the extra pieces of ribbon. And you can just fluff the bow however you want because it's wired. Cutting off the extra ribbon that we don't need. Okay. So now we're going to go to the spot where we glued our ribbon together because it doesn't look quite as pretty as the other bunting parts. You can't really tell the difference, but if you're going to have to cover something up, cover up the ugliest part, right? So now you just stick this through. Then you just twist the wire on the back. So that's what we have so far. And now for these ends, I like to trim them just at a little angle. Isn't that adorable? I love it. Here it is. Here's our adorable patriotic wreath. Isn't it so cute? I love it. And remember, this is the 15-inch size. There's bigger sizes you can make, but I had 2 of these to make for a customer, so I wanted to make one for you guys too. Don't forget to like this video if you like wreath making and things like that, and be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that already. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!